it's clamp storage.
That's really nice right there. And that wrap here on this fence came out really clean. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the wood shop. So we got an epic plan build here today. Plan build, build plan, whatever it's gonna be, whatever you want to call it. But we're gonna be making a countertop here. Not any countertop though. We're not just gonna be using wood. We're also gonna be using aluminum because we gotta make the whole fence system for the miter saw. But to start everything off, we're gonna be taking some poplar and going through the typical mill drill. So let's get right into it. We got some really nice boards right here, so what we're doing right now is we're just laying these things out to see what we got, right?
Yeah, I want to make sure I have the width dimension so that we have enough.
So yeah, we don't want to run out. We want to make sure that we mill up enough stuff so we can get this thing done. So let's do it.
Boards are planed and jointed and ripped on a table saw. The next step is to look at these boards and they're a little warped, so that might be a problem, but what we're gonna do is biscuit these boards and do some glue ups. We're doing 2, so it's a little easier for us to send through the drum sander and finish these things off.
Gluing up these panels here and it turned out really nice. We used those biscuits to make sure to align these boards because as you guys know, these things were a little warped. So we're gonna go ahead and take the clamps off right now. We're gonna take these boards over to the sander. I'm gonna get back on the camera, so the man behind the camera right now is about to start working on these things because I don't do those things. I film it and he builds it, so let's get it done. So we just took these things off the sander here and they're looking really nice. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and take the 2 panels, put them together and get them clamped and get them glued up. So guys, we just took this thing out of the clamps. It looks fantastic. So what we gotta do now is we gotta do a little sanding, and then we gotta cut it to size with our track saw so we can go ahead and place it on top of the cabinet. So let's just go ahead and get this thing going.
Let's get it going, man. Let's get it done.
Amazing. So we're gonna get it done. poplar top has been screwed down to the cabinet, what we have to do is add an addition onto the top. And what I mean by that is we're gonna do a step up because we need more storage. So this is gonna be kind of interesting. So let me show you this really quick. We have some pieces laid out here, as you can see. We got some fancy little angles and stuff. This is all temporary, this is all mock-up. But basically what's gonna happen is we're gonna box this whole thing out, and then there's going to be a sheet of plywood to lay on top, and it's going to be screwed to this hinge in the back. And then what's going to happen is the whole top can lift off, and inside we can store all of our clamps and things like that. And this piece of aluminum is going to be mounted onto that plywood, which is going to be the fence system here for the miter saw. So we have lots of things to do when it comes to cutting all these pieces up, and we got to get that plywood cut to size. So we're going to start working on that, and then we're going to be doing something fancy here with this piece of aluminum, because why not? So let's get into it.
We went ahead and screwed the entire frame down to the cabinet. It's all complete. So what I did is I just put the hinge on in the back. I have one screw there and one screw on the other side. What I'm using is a VIX bit to install this hardware, which is basically a centering bit for any hardware. They have all different sizes. So I'm using this one, and basically it goes onto the hole like that, and I just use my drill and screw it straight down. And what I'm gonna do now is take a measurement off of that hinge, build the plywood top for this frame so that I can install the hinge on the plywood first, and then I can use those holes that I just screwed into the frame and screw down that panel so it's all done. On the fence right now, and I haven't gotten very far. I'm working on the T-track, trying to attach this to the top of the fence, and I'm using a tap, which I keep breaking. So I drilled 2 holes. One's broken there, another one's broken there, so it's a good time. This is my mock-up piece, and yeah, it's time to go back to the store.
We're back from the store.
Wait, we're back from the store. I bought a new self-tapper. It's right here. I got a little fancy tool right here, and I'm going to be doing some hand threading on all these little holes over here that I have to figure out, mark all the holes, drill all the holes, and then self-tap them. So, let's do it!
Would just like to say before this starts that we are not in any way professionals in the wrapping field, so if this doesn't work, we apologize.
Yeah, I'm terrible.
We really have no idea what we're doing.
I have no idea what I'm doing. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But it should look really cool if it's done. Like, think about this color on there with the blue track on top. I mean...
Yeah, because we were going to wrap a car with this.
Yeah.
But then I said no.
Yeah, that didn't work either. So, what we're going to do is go ahead and start wrapping this thing, and hopefully it turns out nice. So we're just doing a little sanding first.
Little prepping. Got to make sure it's all clean, and then we'll throw the vinyl on.
for staying all the way to the end of this video. We finished up wrapping this piece of aluminum. We didn't know if it was going to work, but it turned out great. Really happy with those results. And then of course we can store all of our clamps inside here, which is great because as you guys know, the shop is pretty small and this really is going to help us out a lot. So continuing on now in the next part of the build, we're going to be working on the cabinet over there on the other side, which is going to be absolutely insane. We got a crazy design for it, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for that video. Drop a like down on this video if you enjoyed it. But just like that, guys, we got to get to the next part of the build, so we're going to roll that outro.